Welcome to my channel. I don't want to hold you up. I'm going to get right to it. Today video is for first time cruisers. Tips for first time cruisers. So I want to say, once you get booked, now I do not have this in no particular order, but I'm trying to tackle as many as I can. If you are a seasoned cruiser, how about you watch and help me out? So if you see or feel that I've missed something, why don't you chime in below in the comments and add yours. Tips for first time cruisers. I know I'm gonna miss some. I know, thinking about my first time cruising and how I came to YouTube searching for what to know on my first time cruising, things I should pack. So I want to kind of share. I started my first cruise in 2019, and since then I've lost count on how many cruises I've actually been on. It has become my all-time favorite thing to do, my niche. First, once you are booked, the first thing you want to do is check in. It's not like the airlines where you have 24 hours to check in. You have some time to check in and you want to get it done as early as it's possible. Make sure all your information is complete. Emergency contact information, everything. You want to go line per line. Make sure all information is entered in correctly. First, let me go back. Check your booking contract. Be sure, be certain that your name, first name, last name, if you have a middle name, is spelled correctly and your birth date is exact as it is on whatever identification you're using. If it's your passport, card, or book, or if it's your birth certificate with your state ID and driver's license, ensure that all names match what's on the booking contract. Your travel documents, be certain that they match. Check in. Yes, check in. Okay, also, so the essential documents: passport, card for cruising, book for flying. And yes, you can cruise with your birth certificate and ID. Also, once booked, if you haven't secured, if your agent haven't secured your flight with your cruise booking, I myself usually do that separately. Ensure that you fly in or drive in at least 24 hours a day ahead, a night before, where you can snooze and get up and cruise. You want to be in the state near the port on the day of, not trying to travel to get there on the day of, because things happen, delays in flights, and unfortunately a delay in flight can prevent you from embarking on your trip. So with that being said, we want to talk about travel insurance. Travel insurance is a must. I would not leave home without it. Accidents do happen, and without travel insurance, you are taking a chance on your investment. Yes, travel is an investment. Spend $1,100 on a cruise, $300-400 on a flight, $1,500. You do want to insure that vacation. It is a travel investment. Spend $100 to secure that $1,500. Better to be covered than not. Have to cancel, You just out $1,500. No, cancel. Hey, the $100 saved you where you can recover. Okay. What else? Be outfit ready. Outfit ready. Fellas might not matter too much, but for me as a lady on a 3-day cruise, I think about my fly out outfit, my fly in outfit, the 2-3 days that I'm going to be there entertaining myself. I might need 2 outfits for the day, maybe 3. Let's see. My lounge around outfit, then when my shower and get dressed outfit, and then dinner time outfit if it's, a dress up. And of course, my swimming suit, my bathing suit for each day. Nighttime pajamas, I consider that my lounge gear. And okay, monster drill, something else critical. As soon as you board, find where your monster station is. Make sure you complete that drill and verify that that drill has been completed with your shipmate so that we're able to embark on our journey at the time set for sail. Also, luggage, thinking about luggage and the luggage tags. Yes, okay. The printed out luggage tags that we staple or tape to our bags. I would say invest in some luggage tags where you could be certain that they're attached to the bag, and with all of the bags being thrown around, that the paper that's attached to it or taped to it, stapled to it, it's not torn off, or if it is, you have backup with your original luggage tags, more durable luggage tags, I'll say. Sign and sale card. So your sign and sale card that will be given to you when you board is like your ID on everything. It is your key card for your room. It is your credit card, your money, your spending, everything that you to purchase on board, which technically if you purchase the drink package, for example, it's unlimited drinks depending on what ship you are on. Say Carnival gives a maximum of 15 drinks. MSC unlimited drinks, what you can drink at 5-minute intervals. But that sell and sign card is what you use each time that you're being served. So it's like your debit card. And if you say, for example, you go to the store online and purchase some items, cigars, bottles of liquor, some things to take home, that will be, you won't have to use your credit card per se. You can use your sell and sign card. And what happens is that the night before the ship, where our tour ends, you'll get a invoice slid up under your door or attached to your door that gives your final bill. And so I hate to see those final bills. So what I do, I prepay for everything and anything that I think I'm going to do. If I'm going to drink extra or eat extra, I pay for in advance so that when I come out on my trip, I'm technically not spending any money. If I am, it's just little tokens here and there for gifts to take back home, thoughtful gifts to take back home. Also, when booking and asked if it's interior, ocean view, balcony, know what stateroom you would like to be in when you book, and book that stateroom. Don't book a ocean view wanting a balcony. You book that ocean view and think maybe I may upgrade. Hey, book that balcony. If you want a balcony, book that balcony, because if you snooze, you lose. it's with the exception of students and cruising, but book what stateroom you want. So therefore, you won't risk it being sold out and you decide now I would like to get it, then okay. Also, speaking of selling out, excursions. When you get the itinerary, your booking contract gives the itinerary. If you have 2 protocols, 3 protocols, 4 protocols, know the day and time in which you're going to be at your protocol. Look to see your interests for excursions per port and book right away. Because if you wait, you're subject to sold out, non-available. With that being said, also make sure you don't have to book with the cruise line, but it's better to book with the cruise line when thinking about the pier runners. Pier runners. What are pier runners? Pier runners are those who are tardy to the party, tardy to departure. And unfortunately, if you come up and the ship looks like it's like floating away, you can clearly forget it. Don't waste your breath. Don't waste your energy. The ship cannot stop and turn around and cast, what is it, the anchor, and let down to all this. No, they're not going to do it. So that's why it is very important to ensure you watch the time and it is the correct time. Ship time versus island time could be different. So please know the time. Don't get left behind. Don't get left behind where you end up having to take a trip to the embassy. And when you take the trip to the embassy, be ready. When you go to the embassy, you're going to say, I have secured my way home and I need an emergency passport, which can only be used to get you home. But an emergency passport to get me home, which you may be coming out of more money than you actually spent to come on the entire trip. So again, be on time. Return back to the ship an hour, 2 hours early. Do not get left behind. In fact, I say 2-3 hours early. You get back to the ship. Get off the ship early. Get back on early. Find you space, the perfect space, departure space for when it's time to leave the island. So that way you're able to capture some great photo moments and video moments as we disembark the port and protocol in which we are. Also, let me go back to when we're boarding, when we first board to get started on our journey. Turn your phone into airplane mode, please, because your phone is roaming. It's going to roam. It's going to roam, and it is going to roam, and it's not going to hit its mark because we're out at sea. And then what happens? You'll be hit with a huge bill for service that you did not use, but because you were roaming, trying to find and make sure that you do have service, which is going to cost you. So keep that in mind. The moment you enter the ship, put your phone in airplane mode. What else do I want to say? Okay, we talked about the sign and sell card. Let me go back to the sign and sell card. when loading. If you choose to load funds, people ask, well, should I bring extra money? I'll say depending on the days, how long you're going to be gone. 3 day, I would take about 500 just to have with me, just to have, not thinking I'm going to spend it. But yeah, upload your sign and sell card with cash, or I suggest with a debit card, because if you do, well, not debit card, credit card, because it does holds like with the debit card. And if you hold here, hold there, hold here, holds get up $800 or more dollars, and then you may only have $500 on, and you may end up in a bind. So think about the use and how you use your selling sign card, and a word of precaution on the use of your debit card out in the port. That's, again, I will have a specific, like maybe a card, like one that you upload, a prepaid credit card in the port, or just flat out just have cash. So that way you won't be leaving your debit card information behind, and get subject to fraudulent activities, and then it's taking place while you're on a ship and not able to really communicate, and then you get back home and your finances is in a crumbling state. Also, backpack. The Fly 444 backpack is not only good for personal travel, but when they say your carry-on bag is different for the ship. Carry-on bag is like a personal bag for the ship. For when you first board the ship, you're not able, unless you're a priority VIP and have suites, yacht club member for MSC, you're not able to immediately get to your stateroom, your guest room. So you can throw you off a book in there, to get some reading while you, find your little spot, sit waiting for your room to get ready. Or you can swimsuit. They have public restrooms where you can go change into your swimsuit, maybe take a dip in the pool. Your Wi-Fi, Fly 444, it's stay charged on the go, so you can definitely have your phone charging and taking photos and capturing videos, as we prepare to embark on our 3-day, 4-day, 7-day, 10-day journey, whatever that may be. But for a first-time cruiser, I suggest taking a short 2-3 day cruise just to get the feel of it and see if this is actually something that you could get used to. This motion sickness is real. And with that being said, don't forget I want to say that it's Diamond Tag, but I'm going to put that in the description on what the name of the most popular brand is for motion sickness or that type. And so with that said, you will also have these type of items in your personal bag. You don't want to leave that where the porter takes, and you have daily medications that you're scheduled to take, and then it leaves off with the porter, and for some reason your tags are separated from your bag, and your bag doesn't make it to you in a timely manner, and then you're in need of medication, dealing with your allergies, low vision, sensory, CPAC, asthma, whatever it might be, and you don't have your meds. We don't want to end up in that situation. So again, that carry-on bag, your personal little backpack you're going to attach to you, make sure, if you are one like me that take medications, your medications are in the bag, your charging station is in your bag, Your swimsuit is in your bag. Your book you're going to read to kill time possibly is in the bag. But something, where you can able to keep yourself occupied or comfortable, entertained while you're waiting for your stateroom to get ready. Also, Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi. So, Wi-Fi, someone asked, is it necessary? Well, for me, yes, it's necessary. And not just the browsing, but streaming. I am what I consider a content creator. I'm always with if you know me, my phone is always in my hand, ready to shoot, ready to capture. So definitely Wi-Fi is a go for me. And I'm going for the premium to make sure that I get the best value or service out as possible. And that's me. What else would I want to talk about? Parking. Weigh, what the balance in your budget is for if it's, more feasible to drive and park your car at the airport or hop a Uber. And then you have to think about when you arrive at the airport. So snoozing and cruising, we got to is it a free shuttle from the airport to the particular hotel that we're staying at, or are we hopping an Uber? Or, if it's, I say convenient, maybe for the shuttle, go back and forth to the airport and back to the airport and hop the shuttle to the cruise terminal. Or can we just straight take a Uber from the hotel to the cruise terminal? Or it could possibly have where they have a shuttle, in some cases $11-12 from the hotel to the cruise port. So weighing those and understanding those additional costs. Gratuities, prepaid gratuities is what I like. Attached to it, it's already taken care of. That way you can prepaid gratuities. Any amount due at the end of your cruise. Some people go like a day or two before the cruise end. You see the long lines because you have folks in line who's challenging some of the charges that may be on their selling sign card, or wanting to pull the gratuities out, saying that they individually tipped who they wanted. And sometimes you may have that experience, but just keep in mind that a little bit more could go a very long way. And they have tended to our needs during the duration of our time aboard. So we want to show some love. That's just what we do. That's who we are. Okay? So we talked about the Wi-Fi. If you're a social media junkie like me, yes, Wi-Fi. If Ship has app, download that before you even get to the ship, I suggest. Carnival has its hub. MSC has MSC Me. Usually it's more simpler to just have it downloaded under your internet service at home. Have that app sitting there, so once you're on board and it automates, populates, and you're ready to cruise. Drink package. Someone asked, is the drink package worth? If you're a drinker, yes. If you can do 1 or 2 drinks a day, probably not. You can pre-purchase, your bottles or individual drinks or, water. What else? What else? What else? Oh, go to my Facebook page and join either my Facebook group, Fly for 44, or follow my page, Fly for 44. And I think I want to say that's about it. Cruise with who you know, or cruise solo. That was another thing. Cruising, solo traveling, people ask, what is it with the solo traveling? For me, cruising is a phenomenal way to solo travel because you're going to meet people aboard the ship. Many of them, going off the ship made, some of the same excursions. Hey, these ship liner these days are actually having solo cruise meetups. So there may be a moment on the itinerary where there's a time where all the solo cruisers link up. That way who's cruising solo, and can kind of connect and the vibe and spirit through that way. But yeah, so first time cruisers, it's kind of like an all-inclusive type thing because in your cruise package, everything is included. It's like you have a hotel floating on water with all the amenities of land, be it the movies, all the different type of entertainment that we do. You can even, for the adult gamblers, casino, it's all aboard and everything is free with the exception of some you have to pay a little more. Like if you want to go in a casino, yes, you gotta spend your own money to gamble because when you win, that's your money, to go home with. But to go and visit a Broadway play, no. Karaoke, you got some of these clubs these days. I heard one of the clubs allegedly charged $30 to get in a neighborhood bar. Who wants to pay $30 to come into a neighborhood bar? And then if you're hungry, you gotta buy food. You gotta spend money on drinks. You tip the waitress and the bartenders, and the DJ to play your favorite song. Come on now, it's getting a little bit out of hand. How about you save those a couple of weekends, a few weekends, out of the year, put that money to the side and take yourself on a fabulous cruise. And if you need someone to get you booked, Fly for 44. Remember, we do all things travel, whether it's cruises, hotels, excursions, events, flights, rental cars, whatever it is that you need. Oh yeah, don't forget them custom-made limited edition shoes. And yeah, the Fly for 44 branded luggage with the USB port for staying charged on the go. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Hopefully I didn't go too much out of the titles. All relevant though. First time cruisers, you have any questions or concerns, do drop it in a comment. And if you are a seasoned cruiser, help us out here and drop some more tips for first time cruising in the comments. Again, I think I covered it all. Travel insurance, the snoozing and cruising, having essential documents, the need to check in immediately and get all those questions answered, backpacking, the essential needed for having the items that you need before you can get to your stateroom. We talked about the Wi-Fi, we talked about the app, the drink package, The monster station. We talked about parking. We talked about selling sign card. We talked about having the medications that we need. We talked about gratuities. We talked about the luggage tags. What else? What else? What else? What else? Is there anything else? Oh, reusable straws. So I noticed that I couldn't get a straw these last couple of times that I came. Then I saw on Amazon they sell reusable straws, so I can pack my own straw, or I can bring me a little tumbler, and you know, once they mix my little drink up, I dump that in my little tumbler, close my lid, and sit sip my drink. But yes, reusable straws, trying to save the environment and not waste so much. Okay, so yeah, I believe we did talk about that ship time versus island time and being on time. Don't get left behind. First time cruises, that's critical. Critical. That time, knowing the time, being on time, leaving each port, don't get left behind. And travel insurance. Other than that, hey. Oh, and that selling sign card, that's your life. That's your life. All right. Thanks for watching.